Hello guys, I wanted to talk with you today about the Ohio primaries that just occurred yesterday and the results we're seeing. So first I want to talk about Nina Turner and her failed run at the congressional 11th district of the Cleveland area, one of Ohio's, I believe, 17 districts, given their 17 electoral votes. So she was running for the House, the 11th district of Ohio, and it was something of a rematch. It was a rematch. She ran last year against Shontel Brown, who was considered more of the corporate-backed candidate, and she lost again. She ran twice and lost twice against the same candidate, this Shontel Brown, which Shontel Brown not only outspent her quite a bit in campaign raising, but Biden endorsed Shontel Brown, and Nina Turner, I believe she got an endorsement from Bernie Sanders a while back. She got a tepid, half-hearted endorsement from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. AOC endorsed her not the night before the primaries, the night before voting. So very poor performance, really a betrayal by the House and Senate, House progressives and the progressive movement in general. The few who consider themselves the Squad or the Justice Democrats, the progressives of Congress seem to really turn their backs to her. Nina Turner, that is. They didn't seem concerned with whether she won or lost, even though Nina Turner is really the last voice of the progressive movement on the left. I mean, she's for fighting big business. She's for Medicare for all. She's for universal college for everybody. I mean, things like that. Some very good policies that could really turn this country around and could really fix a lot of the inequalities that we're seeing between the rich and the poor. So Nina Turner, Shontel Brown, she won 66% of the vote and won by quite a bit larger of a margin than she did last time around. So Nina Turner lost ground this time around. She didn't gain ground. Just kind of like how Bernie Sanders in the 2020 primaries, he lost ground to Biden versus his run against Hillary Clinton, where he ran a closer race. Biden did better against Bernie than Hillary did. So Nina Turner, she loses the second time around, even worse. And so what have been kind of the problems that we're seeing here? Nina Turner claims that a lot of what is going on here, there's a history of her issues with the Jewish community of Cleveland. She says that the Democratic Majority for Israel, or the DMFI, as well as AIPAC, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee. So these are large Jewish lobbying groups. These are foreign groups that are from Israel who are influencing our politics. We've got Israeli lobbying coming in all the way to Cleveland. We're not talking about. This isn't a national election. This isn't a coastal election. This is in Cleveland, Ohio, and yet the Israel lobbying affected it quite a bit. At least, especially Nina Turner certainly believes this as well, which got her a lot of complaints at being considered. People ran ads against her saying that she was an anti-Semite, not just because of her views on this, but also because of her general anti-corporation, anti-globalist rhetoric, which a lot of people consider globalism. When people talk about global corporatists or globalists, some people consider that code word for Jews, which is not fair at all. It's an angle. It's a way of dismissing their views and passing the blame off to somebody else and keeping the eye off of these global corporatists, which may or may not be Jewish. So Nina Turner said, she said something along the lines of, I have emails to this day of local primary business leaders, and I believe she said something, I don't have the full quote, but something along the lines of, so she blamed the DMFI and AIPAC for influencing the race, and a lot of the Jewish leadership within the local Jewish leadership within the Cleveland community. And it sounds like she's right about it. I mean, so yeah, she said that she has these emails of these statements by them, saying by these Cleveland Jewish leaders who said things like, well, okay, so these Jewish leaders and the DMFI and the AIPAC, so they received large donations from Republicans, and in turn they also encouraged Republicans to vote against Turner. So there was a lot of Jewish lobbying, Israeli lobbying, to and business lobbying in general, corporate lobbying in general, that was receiving large donations from Republicans, even though they're left-leaning organizations, they're left-wing organizations, and then they encourage Republicans to vote against Turner as well. So it's they're taking money from Republicans, and then they're sending Republicans to the polls to vote against Turner and to vote for the corporatist Chantel Brown. So I don't know the full extent of the Jewish community's involvement in this election, but Nina Turner has a history of strife and conflict with the Jewish community, at least in accordance to how she sees the Jewish community has ran attack ads against her, or there's been attack ads against her, calling her an anti-Semite, and I don't see any of this as anti-Semitism. It's simply she's calling a spade a spade. She sees how the Jewish lobby, the Israeli lobby, is coming in against her internationally, and how the local Jewish leadership is encouraging voters against her and running ads against her. So there's a lot of angles here, and of course, in a broader sense, it's corporatists in general, and who endorsed Chantel Brown and overfunded her against a much tighter budgeted Nina Turner. So this is a very unfortunate turn of events. I would have very much loved to see Nina Turner rise to Congress. She has the working class and the poor in interest, and you can't I don't see how you could disagree with her on economic issues. I certainly don't. I see her as a fighter for people like us, and I think that it's very unfortunate. And I don't know where she's going to go from here. She certainly hasn't ruled anything out going forward. She talked about 2024, California, Iowa. She mentioned those phrases in a concession speech last night, where she talked about California. We'll see you in California. We'll see you in Iowa in 2024. Is she going to run for president? I don't know. I mean, maybe. She lost twice in Congress, but then again, I mean, Trump won, and he didn't have any political experience. She does have political experience, so maybe she is going to run for president. I don't know. I mean, if she did, I might vote for her. I mean, given the political landscape and what she's up against, I think I would certainly vote for a democratic socialist who is concerned more for pulling people out of poverty than padding the bottom line for corporations. So anyway, sad news on the Nina Turner front, but I have some great news about another politician, J.D. Vance, and that's what I'll be discussing next. Thank you.